What's going on, everybody out there in cyberspace? This is the first in a series of videos that I'm going to be giving to you guys where I will share with you my experience as a real estate attorney, as someone out there every day watching people buy and sell houses, watching investors buy, watching investors sell, watching first-time homeowners buy, watching long-time homeowners sell their property that they've owned for many years, and what I've seen and some of the tips. Now, I don't want to give you these videos where I give you these tips that, everybody's out there telling you, oh my God, it's always a perfect time to buy, sell real estate. No, I want to give you what I experience every day, what I see my clients go through. And hopefully by sharing some of this knowledge with you, we can help you go out there and make the right decision when you go out and buy or sell your first home, or maybe your 50th home if you're an investor. Now, the first tip is I see too many people focusing on the price. What do I mean by that? Everybody goes out there. You go looking for homes. You're telling yourself, wait, this home costs $225,000. This one costs $180,000. Well, this one has this one has that. And I see so many people saying, whoa, my neighbor sold for this amount. Or, oh, my friend bought in this neighborhood for this amount. What you need to keep in mind is whenever you see a home that's sold, you need to factor in what went into that price, right? These people bought a home, but for example, did they get additional time to stay in there? Did they negotiate for appliances? Did they negotiate some sort of credit from the seller? All these things factor into the price. What are the motivations of the parties? I'll give you a common example. I myself, when I bought my home a year and a half ago with my wife, everybody said, wow, Jonathan, you're in the business. You must have gotten a great deal. I'm like, quite honestly, I paid market value. Then again, I bought a house that was 3 blocks away from my in-laws' house. I was looking within a 5-block radius. My motivation wasn't, what is my house worth? Rather, I wanted to be within a couple of blocks of my in-laws because we plan to have kids, which my wife is currently pregnant. So that plan has kind of come to fruition. And what are we doing? We knew we would always have babysitters nearby. That's worth tens of thousands of dollars to us a year because we have that peace of mind. So I'm willing to pay a little bit more for my house. You know how many clients I see make similar decisions? That's something you need to keep in mind when you're out there because you need to factor that in. For example, I'll tell you a common thing that I see. A lot of times sellers will give the buyer a credit of $5,000, $10,000, $15,000. That may have factored into the price. So keep that in mind when you go out there and you're looking at the prices of homes because you need to ask not just what it sold, but what did that include and not just the house. The second tip for those of you that are out there in the market, please stop watching HGTV. Listen, you can watch HGTV. I watch it myself. I enjoy those shows. I like seeing what I can get, what the price of an apartment in Belize is. I like to see what people in, for example, in the Midwest, I sometimes see people buying a house for $150,000 that you could get would cost you, right? $1 million in Miami. Now, the problem with these shows is a lot of them are, they follow this fix and flip script, right? Where they buy the house, they go through their little issues, they turn it around, they make a profit. Now everybody comes to me and says, hey, Jonathan, I want to buy a fixer-upper. I have my Tio, he's a great handyman. He's going to help me with the house. Here's the problem. All those shows show you in 30 minutes to 1 hour what these people have done over the course of 6, 7, 8 months. So yeah, they go through some hardship. Guess what? They show you that it's, it takes what? A minute of the show's time? Well, let me tell you, for example, when we did our own house, we had an issue where one of our contractors bailed on the project and was nowhere to be found. Guess what? He put me 3 weeks behind schedule. Now, all of a sudden, I had an entire family coming over for Thanksgiving dinner and I had a house where my floors weren't finished and I couldn't move furniture in. These are the kind of things you're going to go out there. A lot of people don't realize when you watch these shows, you're seeing a very condensed version of what is a very complicated process. Remember, buying a home and fixing it up is going to require a lot of time, a lot of effort. If you have a full-time job, are you going to be able to go by the site every time, check what's going on? Do you know about construction to make sure the pricing's correct? There's a lot of issues that go into that, and a lot of people underestimate just how difficult that can be. So watch HGTV, think twice about buying that flip. Third tip I have for people when they're out there purchasing properties, don't work with friends and family unless they are absolute professionals. I can't tell you how many people I see in a transaction. I'm like, okay, who's your realtor? Oh, it's my tia. She's helping me out. Oh, my buddy Jim just got his mortgage broker's license and he's going to be helping me out. Remember, this is for most people probably the largest purchase you will ever make. And now you're going to trust your buddy that just got his license 8 months ago and has done maybe 3 or 4 deals. Listen, I'm not knocking the hustle. I get it. People need to be out there and working, but you want to make sure your friend has a team behind him. Your friend knows what he's doing. He has the right people in place, because if they're not out there buying and selling every day, you have to understand real estate is a very complicated transaction. You have the buyer, you have the seller, buyer's realtor, seller's realtor, mortgage broker, title agent, inspection companies. And now you're talking about different areas within, for example, where we live, Miami-Dade County. If you don't know who the players are, you don't know how to navigate this web, you bring someone who's not a professional into this, guess what? Your offer may not get accepted because they don't know how to draft a contract. They may not have the connections, for example, with some of the agents in that area to find you that dream house. Or the other issue that I see, a lot of people trust a friend with their financing. Well, guess what? Your friend who's doing your financing may only know how to do one type of loan, and you may have more complicated financials. Do you really want to trust someone? So I'm not saying don't work with friends and family. I'm just saying be very wary of trying to help your friend out, because this is the largest purchase you will probably ever make at this point in your life. And do you want to have a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 deposit on the line because you're trying to help your friend out? Think about that when you're out there transacting in real estate.